this movie was straight
Come on, you two. Can't believe I let you drag me to this.
This is the Coachella of cosplay.
It is time for our Creeper Drop!
All you had to do is be better than the third film. How hard is that? That's all I asked for. Just be better than the third film. And you couldn't even do that. Jeepers Creepers Reborn is directed by Timo Vuorensola and it stars Imran Adams and Sydney Craven. So here's what the film's about. Chase and Lainey head to the Horror Hound Festival where Lainey begins to experience unexplained premonitions and disturbing visions associated with the town's past, and in particular, local legend, the Creeper. As the festival gets underway and the blood-soaked entertainment builds to a frenzy, Lainey believes that something unearthly has been summoned and that for the first time in 23 years, the Creeper's back. I knew this movie was going to be bad when the set started looking worse than Spy Kids 3D. I kid you not, Spy Kids 3D did a way better job on their set than this movie did, and that's not a good thing. But no, seriously, maybe like 40% of the set was CG, because you can just tell that they were on a green screen, because on one of the driving scenes, the main character's hair starts clipping through the screen, because maybe they just keyed him out wrong or something, because you can easily tell that they're not driving. Something funky is going on with his hair. It just looks really odd. I don't know who they got to do this, but they should have done better. There's this graveyard scene that when the characters are walking, you can tell that they're not actually there because everything looks fake. Some of the objects are like sliding over because they didn't track everything properly. It just looks bad. Like, it honestly looks like someone would say, hey, you know, I know how to do some of these effects. Let's try it. And then they just let them do whatever they wanted to. This is how bad they did on a CG. There's this scene where one of the characters is trying to climb into a tunnel, but when they get up there, the tunnel is moving. Like, the tunnel is actually moving around. Like, they got the tracking all wrong, and it's like, no one caught this. Like, nobody saw that when the tunnel was like right here, it starts shifting slowly over here. No one decided, hey, we should probably do this properly. And I get it, you know, if the budget isn't there, the budget isn't there. I mean, there's not much you can do, but they could have moved on to another location or something, like got on an actual set anywhere, just said screw the graveyard scene, because it just looks bad. It actually looks really bad. So let's talk about the Creeper for a second. I know why they didn't show him in the trailer that much, because when they do show the Creeper, it's so underwhelming. I mean, he's like crawling out of this barn. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really cool. No, not at all. He's crawling out of the barn. He has these human hands, and his face is covered. You don't really see much, but he looks like a regular human with wings on his back. That's the only thing that he looks like. And I'm thinking, okay, I saw the behind the scene photos, so I thought that that picture of the guy in the suit was gonna be fixed later in post. Nope, threw him right in the movie just like that, and they covered it with the coat. That's how they got away with it. And this is the first 10 minutes of the movie, by the way, so that scare factor, you already know what he looks like. It's not there. You see what he looks like in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Instead of them pumping the budget where it actually mattered, like the creature himself, they should have put all of their money to make the Creeper look really creepy. But no, all of the money, everything went straight into the freaking everything else but the Creeper. And it's sad. I'm actually really disappointed in this movie, because this was the first movie that I saw as a kid. Jeepers Creepers was the first horror film that I saw as a kid growing up, and it scared the living crap out of me. But the series started to fall apart after the second movie, because man, that third movie, Jesus Christ, that movie was bad. But no, this one right here, this fourth movie, this reboot of a movie, nah, this movie's terrible. I'm thinking, cool, it's not the same director, it's not the same producer, the entire cast and crew completely different. So it has to be great, right? I mean, they got a brand new cast and crew. How can they go wrong? And then somehow they managed to make a worse film than the third one. I don't know how that happened, but they did. The sad part about this is supposed to be a trilogy. I'm not watching any more Jeepers Creepers after this. That's it. I'm done. So as I said before, this movie is supposed to be a reboot of the entire series, but they referenced the first 3 movies a few times in this movie, specifically the first movie. And they even have this voodoo doll of Derry from the very first movie. And it's like, if this is supposed to be a reboot, why does he have this doll of the main character from the first movie? It just doesn't make sense to me. And not only that, but the main character is supposed to be this super creeper fan. And he's like, oh yeah, they've even made 3 movies of this guy. Like, he has a whole cult following in this movie. I don't understand it. So the creeper has this cult following of people who are sacrificing other people to the creeper so that he can get their body parts and live, I guess. I mean, they explain it, but they don't really explain it. It really doesn't make any sense. Why are they getting people together for the creeper to eat? Like, they have this big festival for him and everyone just knows who he is. Like, everybody knows who the creeper is. So if the first 3 movies didn't exist and this is supposed to be a reboot, they're just making fun of the first 3 movies. I mean, I'm fine with them making fun of the third movie, but the first 2 is actually pretty good. When the main characters go to this festival that's supposed to be some kind of big horror festival, and some people are talking about the creeper, oh, he might show up and things like that, the creeper decides to ram into one of the towers in his car, you know, his souped up truck, and just knock out the tower. But here's the thing, the tower didn't knock out the power. All it did was knock out the Wi-Fi, just the internet. And the only thing that it affected was the DJ from playing his music from the internet. Because immediately when it happens, the crowd's like, oh my gosh, the music, where's the music? What are we supposed to do? And I kid you not, the DJ brings out a vinyl and he's like, everyone knows a good DJ never leaves his house without his vinyl. Plays it, and then boom, his music just kicks right back up like nothing even happened. I don't know what the point in the creeper ramming into this tower was, because he doesn't go for anybody at the festival at this point. Like, I'm almost certain that they only did that shot just to get this really cool hero shot of the creeper walking away from the explosion, because that's exactly what he does. He does his hero pose, he's walking away while there's this big fire behind him, and it just looks retarded. And don't even get me started on the characters, because they make dumb decisions. Like, I know I said in the last review I mentioned characters making dumb decisions, but these characters make really dumb decisions. If you're running away from someone, creature, you're running away from the creeper, okay? And you run into the room and he busts a hole in the door, are you gonna look in that hole? I kid you not. I'm not even joking. As soon as the creeper makes a hole in this door, the main character walks up to it, puts his eye inside of the hole, and gets scared. I mean, no shit. Like, honestly, what did you expect to happen? And then, that's not even the worst part. When he gets scared and he falls back on the ground and he's yelling and stuff, the creeper walks away. He puts his face back in the hole. Like, why? And the creeper, before he has to do this thing, before he kills somebody, he has to walk upstairs, put on his favorite record, and play it right before he kills someone. I don't know what the connection is with him and this record, or what the director had with records, but yeah, there's records throughout the entire movie. This has to be the worst film I've seen all year. I'm not even joking. The deaths weren't even satisfying. That's the sad part. So, honestly, guys, save your money. Don't go to the movies to see this. I mean, it's only in theaters for 3 days anyways, so it's not like you're really missing anything anyways. And it's going to come to streaming probably immediately after release to theaters. So, save your money. Don't go see this movie. I can't stress that enough. It's not worth it. It's not worth the money. I paid 18 bucks for a ticket. I honestly almost asked for a refund. It's just how bad it was. So if you guys like what you're seeing and you want to see more, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you can see more reviews from me. And just let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'll see you guys next time.